So I get lip product questions all the time, and I need, obviously, to order more of these. The Burt's Bees lip products I love. They're glossy, they add shine, and I can get like a 3-pack for under $10, usually on Amazon, or the larger ounces, I think I pay about $5 for, in different colors. This is a new one I was trying. It's Covergirl Melting Pot. It goes on like a lipstick. There's no shine to it, so I got it on a whim to try. I'm not wearing it right now, and whenever I put this one on, I also put a little of the Burt's Bees on top. My absolute favorite. This is the one, and obviously I need more. Look for L'Oreal lip gloss. This is my favorite that I've worn for years. So for all of you who ask what lip gloss I'm wearing, it's this one that has no name at the moment. Okay, so another question a mom wants to know on Insta Stories is, how do you stay caught up on laundry? Any tips or helpful hints? I find it super hard with myself, my husband, and 2 kids. So we do laundry every day. We move laundry all day long. Whenever we go to bed at night, if there's any loads that need washed, we'll have something washing and drying the next morning. You know, if I'm usually up first, I will move the laundry. We just shuffle laundry throughout the day, and then during our cleaning power hour, all of us, or one of us, or a couple of us, or some configuration will jump in and do the laundry that needs done. It's the only way I know to do it. We may have a day or two where we don't do it, but as a rule, we just move laundry and process it every day. As a family of 4, I suppose it could work for you to have 1 or 2 laundry days a week where you just do it all and put on some Netflix and get it all folded and put away. And I know I've gotten some messages about, you know, we could minimize, we could cut down on clothes, we could cut down on things, but the thing is, you know, our kids play hard, and spring's coming, so spring, summer, and fall, we could have 2 outfit changes a day and then pajamas at night. It happens. Kids play, they get dirty, they get wet. We also go through bedding and then just regular clothing. So I mean, I think I have 4 pairs of pants I wear. I think I have maybe 10 shirts, if that. It's probably more like 6 that I rotate through, and pretty similar with Travis. So for Travis and I, we have a minimalist wardrobe, I guess you could say. I think I own more pajamas than anything else. And of course, with our teen man-size sons, you know, they have 1 outfit and a pair of pajamas for each day. And I think they probably have a fairly minimalist wardrobe too. They probably have 10 pairs of pants and 10 shirts. They wear the same size at this point still. They rotate between them, but it's the younger kids that go through a lot of clothing. And even Naomi, I mean, she's not 12 yet, she still plays hard. We need clothes, we go through changes, so we have to do, as a family of 10, and then the baby can have 2 or 3 outfits in a day, and blankets and all of that, baby blankets. So dish towels, I'm thinking of all the things we wash. We have to do it every day, but not everyone has to do it every day. How do you and your husband handle conflict, like dumb daily stuff? That's a great question. Well, yeah, we are coming up to our 20-year anniversary, and I definitely think we handle conflict better now because you learn and grow over time. So we have just learned how to talk to each other. He has learned how to listen. I have learned how to not keep things bottled up and how to say the things I need to say. He'll say something like, do you need me to solve a problem, or do you need me to just listen? And a lot of times I just need to tell him all the things. I just need him to sit still and listen to all the things and tell me that I'm beautiful and throw chocolate at me and just listen. Those things are helpful. And you know, this is a classic thing that people will do. But if I'm upset about something, I need to tell him what I'm upset about. I need to communicate those thoughts. I need to not sit and dwell and stew on it. And so those are a few ways. So we talk a lot. We say a whole lot of words at our house, even though Travis is you know, an introvert, and I'm obviously an extrovert. I hear talking alone in my van in the parking lot still. But to me, Travis has never seemed like an introvert. Other people have said, you know, he's quiet or he doesn't talk a lot. But we talk all the time. So God just made us for each other. We work together well. Do you ever struggle with anxiety? You seem so calm and put together. I admire your grace and gentleness. Well, thank you. Any glory goes to God, let me tell you that. And sure, I will have anxiety and be overwhelmed. And that is always, I can always put my finger on the fact that I'm doing too much. And you may laugh because you may think I'm already doing a lot, but I could do so much more. I am an ENFP. I always think I can do all the things. I always do a lot. But there are things I'm not supposed to be doing. There are things that God's grace is not on me to do. As we have just learned with the winter work schedule I tried, and now we're rolling back into our good and steady work schedule that has worked better for me for several years. So if I get doing too much, and for me in this season of life, because I do have a business where I could work all the time and Travis is home full time, so he could do the homeschooling, he could run the house, he could cook the meals, he could be Mr. Mom, and I could sit in my office and I could work 8 to 12 hours a day. That is not the life I want, though. And sure, I could make more money, I could do more things, I could have a TV show, I could do this, I could do that, I could have book deals. I can only do what I can get done in about 10 to 15 hours a week. The Lord has just circled me back through this. And that's a lifestyle choice. I want to be full-on mom to these sweet children all day, every day. And when I get frazzled and feeling anxious and feel overwhelmed is when I'm also trying to schedule in a business call, which, I mean, sometimes they happen, but it's just when I'm trying to do too many things. I have an overabundance of opportunities and I can't do them all. And so I have to use wisdom and I have to be calm with that. If I can just be a mom, if I can get up and, plan meals and homeschool my kids and go on walks and read them stories, if I can just be a mom, I mean, the laundry, honestly, at this season of life, all of that is easy. I don't know what else to say. I hate to use that word. Adding on career and opportunities and all the things I could run after, those are the stressful things. And so that's where, none of this 7 years ago, when I started a blog as a hobby, and then when I prayed that prayer for God to show me how to make grocery money for the time I was putting into that hobby, and then for everything that I was doing to explode into a full-time income that brought my husband home full-time. I'm sorry that I tell that story again and again, but that's just my life. That's just the life we're living. I don't want to put my children in school in order for me to go after all the opportunities. I don't want to spend all day in my office in order for me to write all the books and do all the things. I don't want that. I want to be a mom all the time. And so that's where YouTube is a blessing, because during this one little day out a week, I can sit here and I can film this. But now tomorrow I'm going to church with my family and we're going to go out and have pizza and we're going to chill out and watch movies and have a great day. And let's see, next week I think my mom's coming and the kids have archery. We have homeschool group and we're going bowling. We're going to just live life. And all my work stuff will just have to stay where it's going to stay. And whatever I get done work-wise is going to get done on God's time. And so that's where, again, YouTube is so cool. God's put on my heart to share and to encourage and to love you guys and to share some hope and some joy from my kitchen counter and all of that. And so, again, that's where YouTube is a blessing. When YouTube goes away or blogging goes away, Travis and I will be just doing the next thing and following the path that the Lord has for us. So back to stress and anxiety. Right now is speaking season. And I have friends at conferences all over the country who are traveling with their families and selling their products and speaking in rooms full of hundreds of people. And I have the same opportunities, but it just isn't the right season for me to do that this year. I've had some years back where I've done that. Maybe next year it'll feel like this is a year that we can do that. I would have to do it as a family again, or just do, as I mentioned, a trip with one child here and there. But right now, it just doesn't feel like something I need to put my energy to. If I was traveling and speaking now, I would be having a lot of issues with anxiety. Honestly, and you know this if you've been to any of my speaking sessions in the past, I had a panic attack at one of my very first speaking engagements at a big conference. I had 4-month-old Amelia with me, and I was stressed out. Another follower on Instagram asked, how much do your older kids do around the house? Well, I think one of the yappy, trollish things I'll hear about just large families in general is, you know, the older kids do all the work, the older kids raise the younger kids and all that. And I don't think that's not my experience. We teamwork. You know, teamwork makes the dream work. And whether I had, you know, if Travis and I would have just had Jaden and Zion, guess what? Jaden and Zion, as teenage boys, would be doing very similar to what they do now. They take the dogs out. They feed the dogs. They help move laundry. They fold some laundry and they put it away. You know, they load or unload the dishwasher. The thing is, in our family, is we've got a lot of helpers. You know, all the way down to Mr. Liam can unload the dishwasher. And Gabriel, actually for the dishwasher loading, you know, Gabriel and Naomi go back and forth on that a lot of the times. A special job I have for Zion is I got a steam mop. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's been a year now. I got a steam mop and he read the directions and figured it out. And so this time of year, I'll say twice a month, after he gets his computer free time in the evening, I'll say, hey, I want you to steam mop the floors for me tonight. And that's something Zion does at 14. As a 14-year-old guy, whether or not he had a lot of brothers and sisters, I would have him steam mop the floor for me twice a month. I mean, that's just the kind of lady I am. For Jaden, he is very busy running his own business now. He does a lot of video and photography work. And before that, he also worked at a restaurant, a whole, 20 or so hours a week for over a year, plus all his schoolwork and all his filming. So we've had well over a year and a half or so of Jaden just being out of the house more and more because we're in that stage, right? The privileges of being able to go out and, do things with your friends and shoot movies on other farms and, all of that just comes with being a responsible kid. And so with that being said, Jaden isn't always as home as much, like when we do our power hour of chores. So if it's a day where, some days Jaden might just take out the trash, take out the dogs, and be busy doing his own thing. Other days I might, in the morning I'll ask him some days, and he's editing this so he'll say it's true. I'll ask him what his plans are for the day, and he goes through his whole to-do list, and I'll say, okay, that sounds good, and I'll say at some point today, I don't care when, you go through and clean the bathrooms. And that way he knows his big contributing job for the day is to clean the bathrooms, and he can do it whenever it suits him. He can do it at 11:30 at night, or he can do it during his lunch break in the middle of all his work. The big kids helping as far as with the little kids and everything, again, it's just it's teamwork stuff. So tomorrow morning for church, I might have, Naomi might walk Daniel to the van and get Daniel in the van. The way that our system goes, Travis will get in the van, other kids will walk to the van, get themselves in. I'm usually lagging behind, so I'll have one of the older boys carry Benjamin out when I have him ready. That's also helpful with my neck since Benjamin's getting bigger, so I'm not carrying that big seat. So as far as how much do our older kids help, they just help when and as needed. So today, Zion and Naomi are the two big kids at home with Travis. So Travis will probably have them, load the dishwasher, unload it when it needs to be done. Basic household, sweep the floors after dinner. And again, it's not just Zion and Naomi, because also Gabriel and Liam are old enough to sweep a floor, unload dishes. I will say this. I got this snarky comment. Snarky comments are funny to me. Sometimes I answer them, sometimes I don't. Some awful comments never see the light of day, and I get many more positive comments than not. But I thought this one was funny. On one of my old freezer cooking videos that I filmed 3 years ago. So Gabriel was, let's see, when I filmed this, I think he was actually 4.5. And so that makes Liam, barely 3. And Amelia was barely 2. And, it was several years ago, as I said. And this woman just ripped apart the fact that as my children get older, they do more work. And I just thought, well, yeah, because a 4-year-old can't unload a dishwasher necessarily and can't sweep a floor. But again, I go back to whether I have 12 children or whether I have 1 or 2 children, no matter what, I think doing jobs, doing chores, I mean, even if my kids were in school outside of the house every day, they would come home to a list of take out the trash, unload the dishwasher, put clothes in the dryer. They'd have some standard household chores. And that is not child abuse. Those are called life skills. Those are just good, basic life skills. So because we have a whole lot of life going on, everybody gets to work on their life skills. And that's the household chore, big family, small family. I think it just helps build a good work ethic in kids. Nothing wrong with some kids folding socks and putting some cups in the cupboard. I don't care who you are, how many kids you have. Those are my thoughts on that. Okay guys, so to keep my camera running, because I've had this camera for a year now, I'd like to get another year out of it. I guess I'm gonna go. There's a ton more questions, so thank you for sticking with me in this bad lighting on my one dedicated work day. I'm gonna go into this Dollar Tree and squeeze out the last couple seconds on this SD card. So lots of videos coming up, and I'll see you next time with another brand new video. Bye bye.